In this video, I am going to show you that I've been able to take products from Amazon Co. UK and that I have been able to locate sources of these products on Argos, a UK supplier. Okay, so here are a few examples. There's one, and I'll show you the details later on in the video. But this is just to give you a quick overview. Here's the second one. I did a very small number of products, so hence I only have 3 examples, and there were some that I haven't compared yet. But just to give you an idea right off the bat, okay, here's a product on Amazon Co. UK, and here's the product on Argos. All right, and when we compare EANs, we also get matching EANs. On a lot of these products, as you can see, these EANs are matching. Okay, on this product, 3252, we see these EANs are matching. Stick around and I'll show you how you can get results for Amazon Co. UK on this Amazon AutoSourcer system. So the question has been asked as to whether this Amazon AutoSourcer, which automatically takes products from Amazon and locates them at other suppliers or other online stores, the question has been asked if this will work with Amazon.co.uk or even other marketplaces as well in other regions. And so the short answer to that question is yes. Actually, in theory, it can work because, and I'm going to break down the different parts of that. First part is getting the data into the system is exactly the same for co.uk and Amazon.com, because remember that this system does not connect to Amazon at all. Rather, you go to Amazon and you can use either Keepa or you can use a free Chrome extension, Instant Data Scraper, and then you can pull the products. For instance, if I did a search on chairs on Amazon.com, right, I would use the Chrome extension, and then I would see the data with the links, the titles, and all of that. Okay, the prices. And here's Amazon.co.uk. If you click on the Chrome extension, you get the same thing. You get, oh, sorry, actually, I didn't do the search yet. So if you do a search on Amazon.co.uk for chairs, and you hit the Chrome extension, you get the same thing. Right? You get hrefs here, which are links to the products. You get titles, and if you keep scrolling, you'll see prices eventually. Okay, so there's no difference. And then when you come to the Amazon AutoSourcer, all it's doing is copying the CSV, right? So the AutoSourcer doesn't care if the CSV came from UK or if it came from, you know, Australia or whatever. Okay, it doesn't actually matter. So let me show you first that part. Okay, then we'll talk about the auto sourcing. But first of all, let's get, this is, I think this is the UK. Nope. Okay, because I have 2. Remember, I had .com and then I had UK. Okay, here's the UK products I just scraped, right? And I'm going to download those to a CSV, which is Amazon 68. And I'm going to go back to the AutoSourcer, go to the IDS CSV as usual, and import this file. Okay, this is the last one that I downloaded. Okay, replace current sheet, import data. Okay, now the other thing though, whenever you're importing data, okay, with any of these systems, remember that the data is mapped. Okay, and the reason for mapping is because of the variety of ways that the data can be downloaded from all the different websites that we might be scraping with these systems that I've made, right? But this system, we're usually only scraping Amazon, but still, right? We want to always check these. So we see that the links are A-link normal space href. The titles are A-size base. And then I see over here a off screen for the prices. But what I've been seeing is that this has been kind of alternating. Let me look at the current map that I have on this copy. So in this copy, I now have Amazon search as a size base plus, but now I'm seeing that right now, with this CSV, I'm seeing right now a size base. All right, so when I go to copy this, it's not going to copy unless I update the columns map. Okay, so really, what I would even suggest, and I'll have this on the updated copy, I would suggest having a second map. So I'm going to create a second columns map, Amazon search space 2, and I'll just zoom this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And this is telling it how to get the data, right? So these are the links. So we're going to copy that, a link normal href, put that in the columns map. Okay. Back to the IDS CSV. These are the titles under a size base. So I'm going to copy a size base, take that over to the columns map. And the prices, a off screen, copy those and take that back to the, just all over the place, to the columns map. Okay, and this should be able to import the data that I just downloaded, okay, or imported into the sheet. So now when I go back to the sourcing sheet, okay, I should be able to import by just clicking copy. But remember, I have to choose the map. So the map I just created is Amazon Search 2. Okay, it's Amazon Search 2. And now I should be able to just copy that IDS data. And that will just copy the data in. Right? So it doesn't really matter if the data comes from Amazon.co.uk or Amazon.com. Once we set up a map for the CSV that we imported, we can import the data. It doesn't matter what site it comes from. Okay, that's fine. But the question is now, can we get this to work with a particular, for UK suppliers? Meaning, what happens when I hit source? So, now remember that this was a random selection of chairs. This was not a properly targeted search on Amazon, because normally what I would tell you is go to a supplier, right? For instance, here's a UK supplier, Argos, and get some brands and do some research. So just keep that in mind, but I'm going to go ahead and click source all products. It's kind of an experiment to see what happens, right? So let's just see what happens. Now, this is not a targeted search, meaning that I have not chosen particular suppliers that I wanted to pull up. And remember that I have a, one important thing to understand about the system that I think some users are overlooking is that it does not know suppliers, right? You add the suppliers. I added lots of suppliers here for convenience, okay? 3,075, and they're not special suppliers. They're just websites that I scraped from Rake It In, mostly, okay, which is a cashback store. I figured they have so many online stores on there, it was just a good way to get a lot of different potential suppliers in here. And then also I got some from SkuGrid, okay, software for tracking price and stock data. So keep in mind that really it's searching whatever suppliers you have on this list. Okay, so first of all, if you're in the UK and you're trying to get a supplier that is specifically UK supplier, you're going to need a different list, right? You might need a different list from what's here. And you don't have to use this list. It's very important that we understand, those of you who are using the system, you can delete all of these if you want. You don't need to use this list of suppliers. Okay, I want to really make that clear. This is just to provide a list so that people could open it and just use it right away. But you can delete these. You can delete all of them if you want and add your own. Okay, so now, however, I'm going to actually stop this. And although these products came from Amazon.co.uk, I'm seeing US supplier results like Target appearing. Okay, which whether or not it's a good link is another question, but it's just the point that it's even pulling up something from those sites. But again, all it's doing is just searching these product titles And it's just pulling up whatever it can find from this list of suppliers. So you have to change that list to get different results. That's really part of it. Okay. Now I'm going to clear the sources, and what I'm going to do is take a look at the targeted search. Okay. Now with the targeted search, this might be the better option. I'm going to put it on yes. And what this allows me to do is go to this sheet called target suppliers. Actually type in suppliers that I want to try. And I'm going to I only have one right now that I know, argus.co.uk. Okay. I'm not familiar with the UK supplier, so I don't, off the top of my head, know, like, and it has to be popular suppliers if I'm going to do a demo like this. To increase the chance of finding products. Okay, they have to be big and popular in the UK, so I'm going to use this one and just see what happens. Okay, so targeted search, I put it to yes, and for the target suppliers I put argos.co.uk. That is this site. Okay, the UK supplier. And now I'm going to click on source all products again and see what results I get. Okay, with the targeted search. And let's see what I get. So basically what is happening is, again, is it's going through these titles, and remember I scraped them from here, from .co.uk, and it is essentially doing this. Okay, going to that title and doing a search on the search engine. Okay, and then it's trying to see if it can find Argos results. As you can see, even when I Google these, I'm not getting an argos.co.uk result on this particular title. All right, so there's a question as to, well, are these products even on Argos, right? And some are and some are not. Because remember, I did not target my research. Okay, this was I just did chairs. I didn't look for chairs that are from the Argos brands. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So I'm not going to get a ton of results this way. But I am getting some, right? So as you can see, it did pick up argos.co.uk links. Okay, let's kind of just get an idea of what it's picking up. So we've got this one on amazon.co.uk. And then we've got, let's see what it picked up from Argos. Should be picking up a similar product. And see, so whether or not they're going to match is another question, because I don't know if Argos carries this brand, so that is something I would have to see. So it might just be pulling up whatever it can find, but the fact that it can pull up something from argos.co.uk means that this process can work. Okay, it does have the potential to work if we target it better. Okay, in fact, let's see. Okay, so, all right, so products look similar, but I'm not sure that these are really, I want the brands and everything to match. Okay, these are saying Argos Home, but then here they're saying a different brand name. So, you know, that's not really ideally what I would like. Okay, so ideally what I would want to do, let me close all these products. Ideally is go to brands. Okay, this is a brands page of argos.co.uk. And I'd want to go through their brands and try to find brands that are sold both on co.uk that are also sold on Amazon. And that would really be the better thing to do. So, I mean, there's just so many here. I'll just pick something. Let's try this Kenwood. Okay, so I'll go on amazon.co.uk and I'll do a search of Kenwood. Kenwood. Okay. And because I'm not familiar with the supplier and their brands, I'm just really being random. But when I search Kenwood, I do see Kenwood products. Okay, which is mainly what I wanted. I wanted to see some actual products. Now I'm going to open one of these products and I will do a search, an actual Google search, just to see what it pulls up. Now we do see co.uk results, but curious as to whether or not I would see any argos.co.uk results, right here. So I'm just not sure that I will. Okay, and I may have to. I mean, I can try targeting it even further, but probably okay. I guess the best thing to do here would be to scrape these. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and just scrape all of these. I'll scrape just one page. Okay, because I don't want to take a lot of time with a lot of products, right? I'm just really experimenting here. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll cancel this process and okay, although it is finding more products here, it might be just interesting to see what it's finding. Okay, in fact, I'll just clear the sources. And I'll clear the IDS CSV. And what I'll do is I'll go in to the CSV. And I'm going to import the Kenwood brand that I just downloaded. Let's see what happens with that. Okay, so here's that Kenwood brand. Okay, again, we can see the links. Okay. All right, and we always have to check to see if these are changing. They seem to be changing. Okay, so it seems like they're changing the CSV a lot on Amazon. So that means we may have to change or add another map. Let's see. The titles are saying where are the titles? Okay, where are our titles? A size medium. Let's see. I actually right. See, so that's different. Okay, that's like a storefront CSV now. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna have to adjust my CSV for these Kenwood results. Okay, so first thing, let me change. I'd rather add than change, because if it changes again, I want to still have these in case it changes back to one of these older ones. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add a whole nother map based on this CSV. And the links are a link normal, and that's just the same as before. The titles are saying a size medium. Those are the titles, columns map, see titles. And then we have prices. Okay. It says dollars in parentheses, you know, but it's just whatever the format is for that marketplace or region. Whoops. Okay, an A off screen. Okay, so that part's the same, right? In fact, it looks like it's the same as this map. So didn't really need to create another map. I could have used the storefront map technically, but it's good to see that process and understand it anyway. And I'm going to clear the Amazon data that I have now and go ahead and copy this new data into the sheet. Okay, these Kenwood products. All right. Okay, remember I still have the targeted search on, and for my target supplier I still have argos.co.uk. Let's see if I can get some argos.co.uk results out of any of these products, and let's see what happens. Okay, so this is pretty much how I'm testing the system's ability to get to find sources of UK products, because I know that technically, as far as the way it's actually coded, that it can do it. It's just a matter of you know, the search engines and what kind of results they're going to pull up on these UK titles. Okay, that has been the question mark for me. All right, so here's Kenwood, Prospero on there, and let's see on Argos. Okay, we've got, it looks like KHC29. Okay, so these seem similar. I mean, you might have to finish comparing them to really. Okay, I think those are different though. All right, let's see something else. Okay, this looks like the same thing. Let's see. Okay. So it is pulling up similar products. It is a KHC29.NOSI. So 6-in-1 compact stand mixer. As is this kitchen machine, blender, food processor. Okay, Amazon title is a bit longer. Trying to give a little more details. We can check back on argos.co.uk to see what details it has here. I see 1,000 watts. I see 1,000 watts. I see 4. I see 3 L main bowl liquid liters. I would imagine main bowl liquid working capacity. An EAN is provided. And I believe they match 5011423204345. Yes. Right. So we even have matching EANs. So put in all together, matching EANs, you know, titles, data in common, and all of that. It appears that we do have a match here. Okay. So we definitely have a match right here. All right, so but like just put a note here or something. I'll just put match. Okay, so there goes one match, right? And basically, if it can match one, then it can match many. It means that it has the ability to do this. Okay, it can do this, and I knew that it could, because there's no reason for it not to be able to do it when all it's doing is searching these titles on a search engine. So it's just a matter of if the search engine is going to find the right matches, which generally search engines do have some ability to do that. They're not perfect either, search engines, but normally you're able to find matches on search engines. So you can see that this one appears to be a match as well. Okay, and we even have matching EANs again. Actually, no, we don't. They don't match. Do we go by EANs only? I mean, it's a big component of proving that things are the same, but we have to keep in mind that on Amazon, it is possible for things to be listed with an EAN that is different from the source product. You know, sellers are allowed to bring their own EANs, okay, that they can purchase on their own. So when they're creating the listing, so there's that possibility of EAN mismatch even when the products are the same. Okay, and I know this because I've added products to Amazon, and I didn't use the original UPC of the product of the source, and it's, you know, this is like something that you can do on Amazon. So something to keep in mind. So these can still be the same, although the EANs might look a little different from my experience. I'm gonna say, okay, from my experience, that's just what I know. So you could really compare to see if you think these are the same or not, right? But we do see this, which I guess would be like a model number. That it has those in common. Obviously, the brand. And they're compact food processors. Okay, so it could very well be the same product, right? Okay, I'm not going to make notes on all these. I'm just going to open them and look at them, because this is really just for you to see the results that came out. So here's another Kenwood FDM7 1.96 OSS. Same thing here, 96 OSS. 3-liter capacity and all of that, you know, appears to be quite similar. If EANs do match, however, that's great. That's like really concrete. Okay, if they are in fact the same, you know, that's really concrete. especially combined with everything else, right? We know that these are really the same product, right? If they look alike and have the same EAN. So that's good. So we definitely have another match here. You know, I mean, I guess I could make a note on that. This is also for my own data in this experiment. And let's see, another Kenwood Prospero KHC. What was that? KHC29.AOS. Okay, and here we see the same thing. I'm going to really immediately look at these EANs because it's really helpful to have the EAN so that if they do match and they look alike, I'm like, okay, these are definitely the same. At that point, you know, same model number, all of that. Okay, so it's definitely finding matches of these Kenwood products on argos.co.uk. So that clearly answers the question that yes, the system can find matches of Amazon Co. UK products via the search engines that are currently implemented. My question is, you know, how reliable will it be on for other suppliers if we target searches to other UK suppliers? And that is something that can only be known, you know, as it's done. And the only reason I really have such a question mark when it comes to this is because I don't sell in the UK and I have not worked with these suppliers. Where when I made the system, being that I'm in the US and I've sold in the US, you know, I naturally, immediately, as I was testing it, had suppliers and knew exactly what brands to search to actually test the system for Amazon.com. Where it's not as, that process is not as automatic for me with the UK. I have to really dig into UK suppliers and really look for brands because I don't know any. Right? So that has really been the difference. But this experiment clearly shows me that it can definitely match to a UK supplier, find product matches via these current search engines. And so if you're in the UK and you would like to get a copy of the system, I would suggest you go ahead and get a copy through the link and go ahead and try with some more suppliers. Because remember that when you get a copy of the system today, you also get updates in the future. So if I find that it's not pulling up results for other suppliers or whatever the case is, then I will look to tweak it some more to get better results. And one of the things I would look at is to see if there are other search engines I could use, if that's necessary, or other ways to just better target the search. Okay, so basically you can go ahead and get a copy and start trying it, right? Because I've shown you that it doesn't matter what site you come from, you can import the data. It doesn't matter which Amazon you're using, you can get the data in here. And if it's from Keepa, it's the same thing. If you get it from Keepa, you use import Keepa. And I've shown you that you can auto-source and target your search, and that you can use a supplier that has a .co UK inside the domain. It will recognize any domain. So that is really it. I mean, of course, there's more to the system in general. The purpose of this video was just to demonstrate that I could bring in Amazon UK product data, and that I could automatically locate these supplier sources at a particular supplier, at this particular supplier, argos.co.uk. We'll have to do further testing for more suppliers, more brands, but we see that it has the ability to work. It has everything it needs to do this process. And so, again, if you'd like to get a copy of the system, go ahead. And then if you have comments, questions, or suggestions, you just leave them below. And by the way, this is not just for co.uk. Any Amazon marketplace, you will be able to put the data in there. This system is just working with titles from Amazon. So it doesn't matter what the marketplace is. What matters is, will it find the supplier at that source? Okay, will it be able to find that supplier source for your suppliers, okay, in your region? That's the question mark that I had, okay? So anyway, I'm Mr. Mark. If you have comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them below or contact me directly. Look forward to seeing you around on the channel.